You want to see how I ended up here checking out these old mining relics? Well, we found ourselves a nice little camp spot up on this point. We're currently in the middle of nowhere. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna maybe look at camping, maybe just like literally right over here. I don't know. It's currently first part of May, and it's really different up here. It's not super cold yet, but I know like right now if I'd like to kind of spend some time outside, so I kind of would like to maybe be out of the wind. This area over here is just really pretty. I've never camped right in here, and maybe see if I can tuck up in these trees right here. I think I'm gonna maybe look at camping right here. This might not be a bad spot. I'm digging this spot. I got a little bit of tree cover. I think I'm gonna go right here. I think this is gonna be home for a couple days. I think this is gonna work perfect. Yeah, and I still got a really good view, as you can see. So I think this is gonna be my spot. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of a walk before I say this is camp for 2 nights. And I want to kind of camp right here because the spot that I'm at is real accessible to what I want to do for, I think I'm gonna do it all tomorrow. There's a loop I can do, there's a hike I can do, and there's just a little bit of exploring town. I'm not far from town because actually right down in here is the town. So if some of you guys are wondering where I'm at, I'm actually in Creede, Colorado. Up a little higher, and I'm gonna flip you guys around here and you can see the town of Creede. It's pretty cool. All right, the view I have in front of me, and I'll kind of flip around so it's actually now behind me, is really pretty. And I'm I'm half tempted to move the trailer over here, and I'm sure the wind's gonna get blowing, and I really don't want to be fighting the wind. So I'm kind of thinking I might stay down a little low. All right, so this view I have, and I'm going to show you guys this view here in a second, is what I just came in. So I drove through that whole valley right there to get to where I'm standing right now. This area right now, when I was driving in, it said fire danger was low. I didn't see any fire restrictions. I'm not gonna start a fire. I'm just gonna use my propane barbecue pit. When I was driving in the Rio Grande River, it was flowing really good. It was full. So that's, I don't think this area got hit as hard in the drought. Okay, I got camp where I want it. We're gonna actually get ourselves set up. I got the trailer in a little bit of a hole right there, so it's nice and flat. Oh, the fridge is a mess. Oh, oh, look at that. The fridge is just exploded. I think that works. I got that squared away. But camp is pretty much set up. All I got to really do is I'm up on this hill, so I look like a giant. But really, all that's left is hook up my solar panel, and that's about it. I'll probably run the diesel heater a little later tonight. Okay, got my table. It's a pretty cloudy day at the moment, so I don't even know why I have sunglasses on. But we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get a little solar. All right, so the sun, I don't know if we're gonna get much or not. It's pretty much set up. So if you look, that's really all I need to do is set up a table, two tables, check my food, which I did, put in my solar, which is right there, and camp is set up. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop into this trailer and I'm gonna get out of the wind for a little bit. Seems like that's all I fight on these camping trips anymore. I want to show you this view I have straight out of my camper door. It's actually pretty good. Look at this. Not bad. Ooh, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to put some warmer clothes on. This wind is cold, and it looks like I have a storm coming in, as you can see. And there's some warmer winter gear, as seems like this ain't spring weather at the moment. The view behind me is looking really good though. Look at that. Let me go get some warmer clothes on. Uh, I think I'm gonna have to. I brought my overalls with me because I knew it was gonna be cold. I'm really just kind of in what I call city gear. Okay, I've been in the camper for a little bit, just kind of trying to get out of the wind and the little bit of rain. Let's go walk over to this overlook. I haven't really taken you guys over there, but let's go check it out real quick. They are calling for a little. It's actually not really that cold right now. It's the wind that just makes it kind of difficult at the moment. Like I said, I've heard a little bit of some traffic and some things here and there, but pretty quiet. This is a nice camp spot right here too. I really kind of like this one, but I kind of like being up. Oh, I should show you guys the view. Look at this. Look at the camper. What a view right there. That's cool. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna make for dinner. I don't really know what I want. It's everything sounds good. If the wind dies down, I'd like to do spaghetti tonight. That sounds really good. But if the wind's blowing and it doesn't let up, pasta with some kielbasa and a little bit of veggies. Either way, I got some warm food. Well, I ate that whole entire meal. It was actually pretty good. That thing is empty. We're on our little Sunday night stroll. We're gonna go check out this overlook up here. For tomorrow, we're actually gonna be exploring everything that's up in that draw right there. Sorry, I'm breathing a little heavy. It's uphill, and I got a full belly, so that might be a little bit of what's going on too. But our view is really pretty. Like here's another camp spot, and I kind of like this spot as well. And you know, in the camping up here, it's not terribly bad. They're not beat down like some places. Okay, the spot that I'm getting ready to come up onto, I thought about camping right here because this is actually a really pretty spot, nice views. Look at this view right here. And if you look right here, so if you see down in all that, that's obviously the town of Creede, all right here. Ooh, with that wind blowing, and I just got a fleece on, I'm cold. It's I thought we were gonna have a warm spring, but no, it's apparently winter is coming in May in Colorado. Made it to my little home for the next 5 days. I enjoy staying in that camper more than probably a lot of people realize. It's fun, it's quiet, gets me out and about. I think this is going to make for a really pretty sunset. And look at that. Not bad. Having a pretty good evening. The sun's just starting to set in front of me. I'm hoping I can get a little bit of some color in the sky. I'm not too sure at the moment. The wind has calmed down. It's a beautiful evening out. I got a little bit of some clouds in the sky, as you can see the valley below. I mean, look at that. That's just so cool. We're actually go for a little walk over there to kind of get a little bit of a view, but gorgeous evening. It's actually a lot darker than it looks right now. The camera's making it look brighter, but my little camp is all set up. Got no wind right now, and it is quiet. Hear that? Dead quiet out here. The camper looks all ready for a massive storm to come in. I got my solar hooked up. I got my diesel heater and everything squared away. I got my heat. It looks like I'm prepared for the worst. We're gonna get ready for bed. It's not super late. It's about 9 o'clock, but I'm ready to get cozy in here. I'm tired from the drive apparently, but I think I'm gonna sleep pretty good tonight. I think I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. It snowed and rained last night, which doesn't surprise me one bit. And we have kind of oh wow, it's a really pretty morning. Let me show you guys around. This is the view right out of camper. Look at that. We got the sun coming up. The clouds are breaking up really good. Got a little fog over in where we're actually going to be today. And then let's see what. Oh wow, this is a really pretty spot over here. Oh, look at this. And we got some more fog and cool color. I ran the diesel heater all night. You know, the clouds make for a very moody morning, and look at that. That's so cool. That's so cool behind me. I like that. So right now it's actually not bad. It's actually fairly enjoyable right now. Oh, we'll probably go down by the Rio Grande River today. I think that'll be really fun. So I think that'll be something we'll do. Also, we might try a little fishing over there. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not a big river fisherman. I'm pretty hungry. We're gonna get this breakfast crunch wrap going. I'm gonna just do my hash browns. I'm gonna do some egg, Canadian bacon, and some sausage, a little bit of Chick-fil-A sauce and some cheese, and that should be pretty good. But let's get some food in our system and let's get this meal made. All right, I got my crunch wrap all squared away. I burnt it just a little bit, but I still think this is going to be pretty good. Mm. These crunch wraps, I like them. They hold me over pretty much all day. All right, I got camp all squared away. We're going to go and explore some old mining relics, and that's where we're going to head off to now. With the weather being a little more foggy, I was hoping for a little more sun today, but it might be a little kind of cool with all this mining history, seeing some of this stuff in the fog. So it'll fit the era pretty well, I feel. What we're getting ready to do right now is the Bachelor Loop. Oh, I found me some deer. Hey guys. Hey. Hey. If you can tell outside the window, it's gotten pretty foggy really fast. Look at that. I didn't climb that much higher from camp, and we're in the fog pretty good. We made it to the Bachelor town site. Pretty socked in the fog up here. It's breaking up a little bit, as you can see. You know, there's actually quite a bit of snow on this thing. Bachelor City. And here's a little bit of the history for you guys. Pause it if you wish to kind of read a little more through it. It's small little town. Silver was big up here, and there was a big boom, and it finally, I can't remember, it was like 18, actually I think it was 1892, the silver crash of 1893. uh, but there was a big boom, a really big boom in this area, uh, when they were doing their silver up here, and it survived through for the most part. I think they pumped out like, I want to say it was like 80 million ounce. No, maybe it wasn't that high. They pumped out a lot of silver out of here at one point. I'd have to double check the uh, history on that, but I know they did a lot through here, and there's not really anything left of the city up here, Bachelor City as they call it. It's was sitting all right in here in probably this valley. I know it's a little hard to see in this fog, but there's not much remnants of it left now. Sure is pretty up here. This little fresh dusting of snow really adds some nice contrast to the area. I'm actually surprised there's this much snow up here. I'd say it's probably about an inch. It's that time of year, you give it end of the day, you won't even know it snowed. Clouds are kind of blocking my view here a little bit, but if you look, it's still really pretty. You can kind of see a little bit of the mountains, the fog. Actually, I'd probably give it a few minutes. This might actually break up enough where I can kind of show you guys this view, because this is actually a really pretty spot. All right, I got a little history for you guys on the Bachelor Loop. It's basically a living time capsule of Colorado's late 1800s silver boom. When you drive it today, you literally are following the remains of one of the richest and shortest lived mining districts in the state. Its silver boom was in the 1890s. History was what grew into Creede, also is early in the 1890s. In 1891 and 1892, Rich silver ore discoveries were made in the steep canyons above Creede, which is where we are right now. These towns were rough, temporary, and often built right into the side into a steep canyon walls. Many structures you see today are the remains of ore houses, mills, and tram systems. This area has a lot of history, kind of a dark history as well, but it's an interesting history. And let's keep on going. Okay, guys, you want to see a view? This is pretty cool. Like I say, I haven't been up here in the snow, but it's well worth it. Look at that view behind me. Isn't that just gorgeous? Look at all those colors. We got a nice beaver pond that's running right down in here. Man, that's just gorgeous. Look at that. Found myself a nice little spot along the creek, and the fog is coming back in. This is pretty cool. There's a lot of snow around this creek right now, which makes it really unique and beautiful. We just made it to the Midwest Mine, as you can see behind me, and I have a little bit of info for you guys here. Feel free to pause it again if you want to read through the information. I actually don't know much about this Midwest Mine, but we're gonna go check it out for a little bit. That's pretty cool. Look at that old building. Oh, there's a rabbit. I don't know if the camera's gonna get it, but this is pretty cool. Looks like a old mine shaft was right here. Looks like that kind of caved in on itself. The old trail, the old train system, as you can see. Wow, it was a different time back then, let me tell you. Mining, mining's changed so much. Now, there's a view. Look at that old mining relic. That's pretty cool. They had a crazy history mining all this stuff, and they put their mines and their mills in some of the craziest spots, but I couldn't complain on this view. I mean, look how pretty it is right here. And the last chance mine is up over here. I think it's, well, it's in the clouds, but it's like right in here. Cabin and relic right here. Some other things right here. Looks like maybe another like mill house. It's seen better days. It's pretty much collapsed at this point. You can see behind me, this thing is so big and so massive, and it's in still really good shape. And if I can show you what this looks like, it is probably about 4 stories tall, would be my guess. Maybe a little taller than that. But look at the view. God, the fog is actually making this look really cool. Look at all the mining history right here. And this spot that I'm at, I don't know what mine this is. It was a, I don't know if this is a mill. I don't know what this actually really is. I'd have to research it a little bit. And just look where they built it. I mean, it's just steep canyon walls everywhere. Then you can see the old rail track system right here. And then they've done a little work to it, probably just to keep it preserved. Fog and how it's kind of making that all look like a point. Well, that rock's kind of a point in general anyways, but this is pretty cool. Okay, we're back on the back side of the loop of Bachelor Loop, and we're gonna go check out this little information board. But right here, actually, let me flip you guys around. Look how cool and rugged all this is. Isn't that just crazy? And then look at this. It's just, this area is such a unique area. There's a lot to see and do just on the Bachelor Loop. I mean, it's not something you could do all day, but it's something worth getting out and doing. And right here, so here's kind of a little bit of history for you guys. God, look at that. That's what that mine, or no, the mill, I'm sorry, the Humphreys Mill. That's what it used to look like back in the day. And then there's that vein, which you can see all the mines are all following along that vein right there. Pretty wild. And it's in pretty good shape for what it is. But they have, there's the loop. You can see all the mine sites there. I made my way to the Rio Grande River, and it's flowing. Oh, excuse me. It's actually flowing pretty good. Colorado being in a drought, this river, I'd say, is doing pretty good. See them kind of going right there. You know what? Oh, and they got little babies with them. See it? I don't know if the camera's going to pick them up. There's little babies there. All right, we're going to try a little bit of some fishing here, see what we can get, if we can even catch anything. Bobber and a fly. All right, guys, let's see if I can do this without snagging. Oh, I hope I didn't get on that rock. Ah, I didn't. Nice. I feel like I'm getting some good casts out there. I just got to get something to bite. Man, that sucks. That last cast I just did, I snagged it up into the tree right here. I didn't think I snagged it that hard, but I lost my fly. It's not on there. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is I found a, there's actually a lot of bigger lakes in the area of Creede. Well, the lake I was trying to get to is actually on private property. Go figure. But I found a really nice overlook right here. And this is really pretty. I might have to kind of keep this in mind to go camp down in here maybe in the future. And it sounds like there's a creek running down here, and I'll show you. Look at this view. I mean, isn't this beautiful? All right, I'm gonna have my salad again. It's kind of my go-to when I'm out camping. Simple, it's easy, and it doesn't fill me up too full where I'm miserable either. I got a real pretty view. I'm actually really enjoying this trip. It's a nice reset. So I took a little detour over. I didn't realize this was over here, and this is actually pretty cool. I got the church, as you can see, the cemetery. Okay, I just found myself a really cool spot. Beautiful view of Creede. That's so cool. And look at those mountains. Look how steep and rugged they are. That's really cool. Then I don't want to go, there's some houses right here, so I don't want to get on private property. But I think right here is the start of what is the Bachelor Loop. There it is, right there. Oh, look at the old auger. That's cool. Actually, you know what? I can probably go inside this. This thing is actually pretty secure. That's cool. Look at that old auger. Too bad it's been kind of beat up a little bit. I'm actually surprised that's still here and intact. That's crazy. Wow, that's really cool. Oh look, someone loves weed. I wasn't expecting to find something like that. That's really neat.